Everybody, how are you doing? I am doing well. I thought I'd give you a little feedback there for the last week. There's some good news to report actually in the body stakes, and that is that I have got sensation in my hands. Started probably a bit over a week ago. I sort of alluded to it last week, but I'm definitely getting sensation in my hands. It started as a really dull pins and needles, and now has become much more definite things. So still really abstract, doesn't entirely work when you're touching the sensitive area with a flat hand. But if you had to scratch it, or if you had to stroke it or something, then there's definitely feeling there. And it goes up the hands too. So the hands are the one place, wrists and back of the hand, and then going up the arms, it's the elbows, and going up the forearm from the elbows along the sort of bony bits and the funny bone, which a very clever physio told me this week. She was wondering, why is it called a funny bone? And the answer would be the femur. Anyway, I digress. And the sensation then goes up into the biceps as well. So, it's quite a bit. And it's still it's almost a process of discovery day by day. What's moved today? So really exciting stuff. The other place that is much more tentative, but I think is happening, is in my toes. One of the physios manipulates my toes and my feet, and when they do, there's this feeling. It's almost like it's kind of like a pins and needles feeling as well. A little bit like you've lain in your arms all night, and then you turn over, you get blood rushing back into that limb, and you get that pretty nasty, dull, get away from it feeling type thing. And that is the kind of feeling that's happening in my feet. So I'll take that as a positive. So what I wanted to really say is, all these wonderful thoughts and prayers and good wishes and hopes that you're sending this way. Well, I don't know, but it seems to me that something's going on. What I was going to actually ask, if you're listening and you're keen on doing this sort of a thing, is that at 9 o'clock, there's a whole meditation group that I lead from where I'm living in New Zealand at Hawke's Bay. And at 9 o'clock, and you can just do it your local time, we sit together and we have the visualization of sort of betterment of my situation, in particularly regards to my neck. Because what it is my situation is that I'm called a complete tetraplegic, but it's kind of like a technical term because my spinal cord has never been entirely transected. So it's a bit of a technical term. What I've got is an inflammation from C2 down to C7, and that inflammation, and there's a bit of a hematoma, which means a little blood bleed, means I'm classified as a complete tetraplegic. But if you think about it, that's just inflammation. Inflammation goes down. So I think the power of our collective thoughts, this is a good experiment. Now, I'm also not suggesting that we are going to change anything, but we can offer it up to the subtler forces that are around us and allow what may come. And what doesn't come is also what needs to be. So we're not attached to outcomes in this experiment. But what I'd like to suggest, at 9 o'clock, your local time, we sit together, and I'll just talk you through what I do every night, and I do it every morning at 4 a.m. as well. But if you close your eyes really gently and then just have the visualization that my neck, as it is currently, has another spinal column, a 30-year-old, when I was a 30-year-old, fully functioning spinal column just in front of it. And what's happening is this older 52-year-old one is taking from that 30-year-old spinal column just what it needs, and its functions are just the same as when it was a 30-year-old one. So if you can just imagine that older spinal column is drawing what it needs and what it requires to operate fully functioning, just pulling gently, taking into itself exactly what's required, and you gently allow this to happen with no ideas of outcomes, just doing in the moment. It's a very light thing. Don't become obsessive or compulsive about this, please. It's a very light thing, what we're doing here, and it's a collective thing. So just allow that healing, allow the thoughts of healing to come to mind. And good day, everyone. It's been a